The rain hammered against the window like fists demanding entry, but inside our cramped Brooklyn apartment, the real storm was me. I'd swallowed the pills an hour ago, the bitter taste still lingering on my tongue, convinced that fading into nothing was the only way to escape the whispers at work, the sideways glances from old friends who'd suddenly remembered they had plans every time I hinted at the truth. Then the door creaked open, and Jamie, my quiet roommate, the ghost who paid rent on time and vanished into his room like smoke, froze in the doorway, his eyes locking onto the empty bottle rolling across the floor. "Alex." His voice cracked the air, soft but sharp, like a blade slicing through fog. He dropped his soaked jacket in a heap and lunged forward, his hands, cool from the November chill, gripping my shoulders as I slumped against the couch. I wanted to shove him away, to snarl that this wasn't his mess to clean up, but my limbs were lead, and his face blurred into something fierce, something I'd never seen in the months we'd shared walls without sharing words. He didn't call 911 right away. Instead, he dragged me to the sink, shoved 2 fingers down my throat until I retched, the world spinning in a haze of porcelain and regret. "Stay with me," he murmured, his breath warm against my ear as he held my hair back, his body a steady anchor in the chaos. By the time the ambulance lights flashed blue through the blinds, I was gasping, clinging to the edge of life not because I wanted it, but because Jamie's grip said I didn't get to decide alone. The hospital room smelled of bleach and false promises, fluorescent lights buzzing like angry hornets overhead. Nurses poked and prodded, doctors droned about serotonin and support groups, but all I could focus on was Jamie in the corner chair, his damp clothes clinging to his frame, dark hair falling over eyes that hadn't left me since the paramedics wheeled me out. He looked smaller there, swallowed by the vinyl seat, but his presence filled the space, solid, unyielding. "You're lucky he found you," the psych resident said later, clipboard in hand, her voice clipped with that Midwestern efficiency that grated on my New York nerves. Lucky, as if fate had rolled the dice and spared me on a whim. I glanced at Jamie again. He was scrolling his phone, pretending not to listen, but his thumb paused mid-swipe. When they discharged me 3 days later, pills confiscated, a bottle of activated charcoal as my parting gift, Jamie was there with a duffel bag of my things and a cab idling outside. "No arguments," he said flatly, slinging the bag over his shoulder. The ride back to our building on Atlantic Avenue was silent, the city blurring past in streaks of neon and sodium vapor. I stared at my reflection in the window, pale and hollow-cheeked, wondering if he'd regret this, wondering why he hadn't just let the door stay shut that night. Our apartment was a shoebox divided by thrift store screens, kitchenette bleeding into living room, 2 bedrooms like afterthoughts tacked on. I'd answered the Craigslist ad 6 months ago because the rent was cheap and the guy in the photo looked harmless, mid-20s, wiry build, smile that didn't reach his eyes. Jamie Ellis, graphic designer by day, enigma by night. We nodded hellos over coffee, split chores on a whiteboard that gathered dust, but conversations? Those were minefields. I'd ramble about my job at the ad agency, the endless pitches for brands that peddled perfection I could never touch, and he'd nod, add a quiet, "sounds rough," before retreating. That first night back, he cooked. Actual food, not the ramen packets we'd microwaved in turns. Spaghetti carbonara, bacon crisp, and eggs silky, the kind of meal that warmed from the inside out. We ate at the wobbly Formica table, forks scraping in rhythm to the distant rumble of the F train. "Why?" I finally asked, the word hanging heavy between bites. He paused, twirling pasta absently. "Why what? Why bother? You could have walked. Called the super, found a new roommate who doesn't come with baggage." Jamie's fork stilled. His eyes, hazel flecked with gold, I'd never noticed, met mine, steady as the Hudson on a calm day. Because shutting doors is easy. Keeping them open? That's the hard part. He shrugged, like it was nothing, but his shoulders carried the weight of something unspoken. I let it drop, too raw to dig, but as he cleared plates, his sleeve rode up, revealing a flash of ink on his forearm, a vine twisting into thorns, black against pale skin. I looked away, heat rising in my cheeks. Tattoos. Secrets. Everyone had them. Mine just screamed louder. The next week blurred into forced normalcy. I called out sick from work, stared at ceilings while daytime TV droned about miracle cures. Jamie left notes. Soup in fridge. Call if you need. He didn't hover, but he was there. In the scuff of his sneakers on linoleum, the faint strum of guitar from his room after midnight. Music was his language. I'd learned. Folk tunes with lyrics that ached, like he'd bottled his own ghosts and set them to chords. On day 5, I ventured out. The corner bodega for milk, the chills slapping my face like a wake-up call. Mr. Patel behind the counter nodded, his mustache twitching. Heard you were under the weather, Beta. Good to see you up. News traveled in blocks like ours, whispers weaving through fire escapes and stoops. I mumbled thanks, paid with crumpled bills, and as I stepped onto the sidewalk, a group of teens from the high school across the street catcalled. Not at me, but close enough to make my skin crawl. Faggot alert. One sneered, laughter trailing like exhaust. I froze, heart slamming, the milk bag crinkling in my fist. Back inside, I bolted the door, breath shallow, the word echoing louder than the rain ever had. Jamie found me on the fire escape that evening, knees to chest, city lights smearing below like spilled paint. He didn't ask, just sat beside me, legs dangling over the edge, a thermos of tea steaming between us. Chamomile, too sweet, but it grounded me. It gets quieter, he said after a while, voice low to blend with the traffic hum. The noise. Not gone, but background. I snorted, bitter. Easy for you to say. You're straight? Normal? The words stuck, ugly in my throat. Jamie had a girlfriend once, mentioned in passing. A Sarah from college, photo on his desk of them at some festival, her head on his shoulder. But that was years ago, and now? Nothing. No dates, no grinder pings from his phone. Just him, alone in his ink and strings. He tilted his head, studying the skyline. I'm what, Alex? Invisible? That's the point. A ghost of a smile, then gone. We sat until the tea cooled, shoulders brushing accidental clothes, and for the first time since the pills, the knot in my chest loosened a fraction. Work dragged me back on Monday, the agency a hive of glass walls and egos. My boss, Carla, 50s, sharp bob, sharper tongue, pinned me with a look over her latte. Glad you're better. We missed your spin on the Dove pitch. Missed. Right. The team meeting was a blur of mood boards and metrics, but midway through, Trent from Creative leaned in, voice oily smooth. Heard you had a rough patch, man. Need to talk? I'm here. His hand clapped my back, lingering too long, eyes flicking to my ring finger like he was sizing up a mark. I shrugged it off, pitched my revisions, taglines about embracing your true reflection, and nailed it. Carla's nod my small victory. But lunch in the break room soured it. 2 account execs, bros in chinos, dissecting the latest scandal. That queer director from Indie Fest? Total diva. Ruined the whole vibe. Laughter, casual as breathing. I stabbed my salad, fork tines bending, and excused myself to the stairwell, where the echo let me breathe. That night, Jamie was waiting with takeout. Pho from the Vietnamese spot on Court Street, broth fragrant with star anise and basil. We ate cross-legged on the living room rug, TV flickering some cop show neither watched. Good day, he asked, slurping noodles unselfconsciously. Survivable. I hesitated, then spilled. The catcalls, the whispers, Trent's fake concern. Jamie listened, head cocked, no interruptions. When I finished, he set his bowl down, fingers tracing the rim. People like that? They're scared of what they don't get. Doesn't make it hurt less, but it explains the why. Explains? I echoed, frustration bubbling. It doesn't fix the fists in my gut every time someone stares. He nodded, slow. Fair. Then, quieter. I know about stares. Different kind, but, yeah. His gaze dropped to his arm, sleeve tugged down now, hiding the ink. I wanted to ask, to peel back the layers, but the moment slipped, filled by the TV's gunfire. As November bled into December, our routine solidified into something fragile, precious. Mornings, coffee shared black, no sugar for him, splash of almond milk for me. Evenings, him sketching on his tablet, logos for indie bands, moody abstracts that hinted at storms inside, while I scrolled job boards, half dreaming of escape. We'd talk then, tentative bridges over chasms. My coming out at 22, Dad's silence thicker than his disappointment. Jamie's family in Philly, Vague mentions of a mom who baked pies and a brother who fixed cars. Sounds normal. I'd say envious. It was, he'd reply, always that qualifier hanging. One night, after a double shift at a freelance gig left me wired, I knocked on his door. Guitar paused mid-note. Can't sleep? He scooted over on the bed, making space. Join the club. We lay there, ceiling fan whirring lazy circles, and I confessed the dream that woke me. Reliving the pills, but this time alone, no Jamie to pull me back. His hand found mine in the dark, platonic sure, but electric. You're not alone, he whispered. Not anymore. That touch lingered, a spark in dry tinder. The next day, I caught myself watching him. The way his laugh lines crinkled when he caught a bad pun, how his fingers drummed rhythms on countertops absent-minded. Gay panic? Or just seeing him? I'd always assumed he was straight, ally at best, but the quiet stretched possibilities. Christmas loomed, city decked in garish lights that mocked my isolation. Work holiday party, open bar, forced cheer. I went alone, Jamie demurring with a client deadline. Carla cornered me by the punch bowl, breath boozy. You're our golden boy, Alex. But loosen up, find a nice girl, settle. Nice girl. The words slurred into shrapnel. Trent sidled up then, arm around a colleague named Mia, all teeth and tans. He's got options, Trent joked, winking. Right, Alex? That roommate of yours, cute setup? I fled early, cab ride a blur of tinsel and tears. Home. Jamie was up, fairy lights strung haphazard over the window. His touch, unasked. Party sucked. He handed me cocoa, marshmallows bobbing. Worse. I sank onto the couch, spilling the venom. Carla's nudge, Trent's leer. Jamie's jaw tightened, a rare crack in his calm. They're idiots. You deserve better. Better like what? The question tumbled out, raw. His eyes met mine, holding, searching. The air thickened, charged like pre-storm static. Then his phone buzzed, shattering it. Mom calling. He answered, voice softening to boyish warmth. Hey, Ma. Yeah, Brooklyn's freezing. Laughter easy. I retreated to my room, heart pounding for reasons I couldn't name. New Year's Eve crept in sly, resolutions whispering failures yet to come. Jamie suggested we host. Nothing big, just the bodega crew and a neighbor, Lena, a drag queen from the bar downstairs with sequins that could blind and a wit sharper than stilettos. Keeps it lively, he said, stringing more lights. Lena arrived first, hugging me fierce. Darling, you look like you need a drink and a dance. Faux bowls refilled, we toasted with cheap Prosecco, stories flowing like the fizz. Mr. Patel spun yarns of Mumbai monsoons. Lena recounted a heckler-turned-fan at her last show. Jamie hung back, refilling glasses, but when Lena pulled him into a twirl, come on, mystery man. He went, awkward grace, laughter bubbling free. Midnight neared, ball drop ticking on TV. Confetti primed, we clustered by the window, city horns blaring prelude. Resolutions? Lena prompted, arm linked in mine. Survive, I said half-joke. Jamie's gaze flicked to me, soft. Thrive, he countered quietly. 10. 9. The count built, voices rising. At 0, cheers erupted, Lena whooping as she popped another cork. I turned to Jamie, words lost, and he was there, close, confetti dusting his hair. Our hug was instinct, bodies aligning in the crush, his chin on my shoulder, breath syncing with mine. Happy New Year, Alex, he murmured, and in that press, I felt it. Not just thanks, but want. The morning after dawned hung over hazy, apartment strewn with streamers and regrets. Lena had crashed on the couch, snoring diva-soft, Patel long gone to open shop. Jamie brewed coffee, movements precise despite the bleary eyes. Last night was. He trailed, handing me a mug. Perfect, bold, but true. We cleaned in tandem, elbows brushing, silence is comfortable now. By noon, Lena stirred, declaring brunch at her spot. A greasy spoon with mimosas that defied calories. You too. She teased over eggs, fork waving. Like an old married couple. When's the proposal? Heat flooded my face. Jamie chuckled low. Soon as he says yes. Joke. His eyes danced, ambiguous. Lena cackled, oblivious or not. January bit hard. Winds whipping off the East River like accusations. Work amped. Dove campaign launched. my taglines everywhere. But success soured by Trent's promotion, his networking paying off, my isolation deepening. One Friday, post-pitch triumph, he cornered me in the elevator. Heard about your little episode. Careful, buddy, clients talk. Smirk, elevator ding. I punched out early, rage-fueled walk home through slush. Jamie sensed it, door ajar when I slammed in. Rough. Trent. Name drop, venom-laced. Jamie's face darkened, thundercloud subtle. Tell me. I did, pacing, words tumbling. The barbs, the isolation, the fear that one slip, one yes to a date I didn't want, would torch it all. He listened from the armchair, fingers steepled. When I wound down, he stood, close enough for cologne, cedar and citrus, to wrap me. You're more than their boxes, Alex. More than mine. His hand lifted, hesitated, then cupped my cheek, thumb brushing jaw, tentative. Time stuttered. I leaned in, lips parting on a breath, but his phone shattered again, unknown. He pulled back, apologetic. Work. Sorry. The almost kiss haunted, a bruise tender. Days blurred, stolen glances over breakfast, his guitar strums sinking to my pulse. Then, twist, an email from HR, anonymous tip about personal conduct. Trent. Panic clawed. I confessed to Jamie that night, voice cracking. He paced now, fury leashed. Fight it. We fight it. We. The word anchored. He helped draft the response. Calm, factual, his graphic eye sharpening the attached portfolio. Submitted. I crashed, waking to his note. Proud of you. Dinner out? That Thai place on Smith Street. Pad CEW steaming, spring rolls crisp. Candle flickered dance shadows on his face, softening angles. Midway through mango sticky rice, he asked about my family. Real talk, not surface. Dad cut me off after the letter. Mom sends cards, but they're careful, vulnerable, peeled. Jamie nodded, for pausing. Mine's complicated. Dad left when I was 10, boom, gone. Mom remarried, great guy, but he trailed, eyes distant. Changes. Hard ones. Tattoo itched under sleeve, unspoken. Back home, buzzed on shared wine, we lingered on the couch. Movie cued, forgotten. My head on his shoulder, natural as breathing. Thanks for everything, I whispered. His arm draped, fingers tracing my arm. Light, electric. Ditto. Kiss then? No, but close. Foreheads touching, breaths mingling. Alex, he started, voice rough. There's something. Knox hammered the door, insistent, furious. Jamie bolted up, face paling. Shit. He peered through peephole, swore again. Stay here. I didn't. Peeking, heart dropped. 2 cops, badges glinting. James Ellis? Open up. What? James. Jamie yanked door, calm facade cracking. Officers? What's this about? Warrant. Assault complaint. Philly PD flagged it. Step aside. They pushed in, one cuffing Jamie. Wait, James. Hands behind back. Assault? My mind reeled. Wait, what the hell? I lunged forward, cop's arm barring. Jamie's eyes met mine, pleading, terrified. Alex, call Lena. Please. They hauled him out, neighbors peeking like vultures. Door slammed, echo, apartment hollow. Assault. Secret. The vine thorns flashed, not ink, but warning. Lena arrived frantic, sequins traded for sweats. Philly? What the fuck? We pieced. Old case, resurfaced. Ex-Sarah, claiming blows years back. False. Jamie'd never. But doubt slithered. Bail hearing Monday. Me pacing courthouse halls. Lena chain-smoking outside. Judge Stern, Philly DA on video link. Sarah's statement cold. He snapped, after I questioned. Things. Vague, damning. Bail granted, $5K, my savings drained. Jamie emerged hollow-eyed. Jumpsuit swapped for rumpled jeans. Thanks, he rasped in cab, hand trembling in mine. Home, silence suffocated. Talk. I demanded, couch barrier down. He exhaled long. Sarah. College. I was. Different then. Angry. But not violent. She lied, to hurt me. Pause, heavy. Because of this. Sleeve up. Not just vine, but script beneath. Jamie, faded, crossed like scar. Wait, crossed. No. Heart stuttered. Jamie? He nodded, tears brimming. Born James. Transitioned at 24. Top surgery last year, hormones before. That's the things she questioned. That's why Dad bailed. Couldn't handle the son who wasn't. Voice broke. The ink? Reminder. Thorns for the pain, vine for growth. Trans. My quiet roommate. He hid this under skin, under silence. Shock crashed, then. Understanding. The stares he knew, the quietest shield. Why hide? From me? Fear. Simple, shattering. You're coming into yourself. Didn't want to complicate. I crossed the gap, hands framing his face. His face, always Jamie. You saved me. Let me save you back. Kiss then, soft, lips tentative, then sure. Not lust, but homecoming. Emotions surged. Love, fierce, uncharted. But twists waited. Sarah's lie unraveled slow. Texts surfaced, her jealousy post-breakup, weaponized by family bigotry. Court dragged, headlines sniping, trans man in assault probe. Protests outside, pickets with slurs, Lena shielding with umbrellas and one-liners. Work imploded, Trent leaked rumors, Carla's concern, a pink slip veiled. Liability, she shrugged. Unemployment line, I stood taller, Jamie's hand in mine at rallies, his sketches for queer zines going viral. Climax brewed that spring. Sarah recanted, coerced by brother. Homophobe raging at Jamie's deception. DA dropped charges, but damage scarred. Brother confronted. Alley ambush post-rally, fists flying. Jamie shoved me clear, taking blows. Lips split, ribs bruised. I fought back, sirens wailing, blood mixing on pavement. Hospital again. His bed this time, monitors beeping steady. Idiot. I teased, stitching mental wounds. My hero complex. He grinned, pained. Your life? Worth it. Confession poured. Love, deep as marrow. Fell first night. Your laugh in the kitchen. Hid to protect. I kissed his knuckles. No more hiding. Summer healed. New job at queer nonprofit. Campaigns real. Your skin, your story. Jamie's art bloomed. Gallery show in Bushwick. Vines twisting into rainbows. Family mended slow. His mom visiting. Hugs tentative then tight. My dad, a call. Proud son. Finally. Us. Steady fire. Walks in Prospect Park. Hands laced open. Twists taut. Love's not linear, but layered. Under skin, through storms. 1 year on, anniversary. Rooftop, city sprawl gift wrapped in dusk. To secrets shared, I toasted, bubbles fizzing. To us, he replied, pulling close. No more ghosts, just two men, thorns bloomed, holding the dawn. The ink on Jamie's arm seemed to pulse under the emergency room lights, a living map of battles fought and won. As the nurse swabbed his split lip, I sat rigid in the plastic chair, replaying the alley and stutters, the brother's snarl. Freak stole my sister's life. Jamie's body crumpling to shield mine. My own fists connecting with rage I'd bottled since the pills. Concussion protocol, the doc said, shining a penlight in Jamie's eyes. Stay overnight. Observe. Lena burst in then, heels clicking fury, takeout bags swinging like a weapon. Brought real food. No jello bullshit. She thrust pad thai at me, then softened, perching on Jamie's bed rail. You two okay? Cops got the asshole. Yeah. Jamie mumbled, ice pack slipping. Assault charges flipped. Karma's a bitch. His laugh wheezed, cut short by wince. Lena's stories diverted, dragged disasters turned triumphs, until visiting hours booted us. In the hall, she gripped my arm. He's tough, but this? Scars deeper than skin. Be patient, love. Patient. I nodded, but impatience gnawed. Cab home, Brooklyn's lights mocking, happy couple strolling, oblivious to fractures. Apartment empty without him. His guitar silent, sketches half done on table. I texted Mom. Rough night. Miss you. Reply swift. Call tomorrow. Love you, and him. Proud. Dad's influence lingered, but she'd bridged, post coming out, with cards evolving from stiff to stamped with pride pins. Sleep evaded, dreams tangled, pills dissolving in rain, alley shadows morphing to agency boardroom, Trent's face on the brother. Dawn found me brewing coffee strong, black, Jamie's way. Pick up at 10. He emerged bandaged, sheepish grin. Don't fuss. Too late. I loaded him gentle into cab, hand on knee, anchor. Home, couch nest, blankets pilfered, Netflix cued low stakes. But talk brewed inevitable. Why'd he come? Sarah's brother. How'd he even find us? Jamie shifted, careful of ribs. Stalter recant filing. Old wounds reopen easy. Pause. Eyes tracing baseboard cracks. I transitioned quiet. Philly shrinks. Support group ghosts. Sarah knew early, promised forever. Then, doubts. Fights. She bailed, but brother? He never forgave corrupting her. Corrupting. Word spat bitter. Like you're a virus. Sometimes feels that. Vulnerability cracked open, raw. Post-surgery, mirror was enemy. Scars here, finger to chest, shirt hiding ridges. Remind daily. You're first to see past. I traced his arm instead, vine gentle under thumb. I see you. Always did. Kiss forehead soft, promise sealed. But external storms raged. News cycle chewed. Trans artist in violent clash. Reporters sniffing our stoop. Lena fielded. Fierce mama bear. No comment. Bitches. Call Stonewall. Work void ached. Non-profit interviews dragged. Agencies ghosting post-scandal. Jamie's gallery buzzed though. Curator emailing. Shows gold. Sold 3. Pride swelled. Mixed bitter with my limbo. Trade places. I joked one night. Chopping veggies for stir-fry. Nah. Your words light fires. He leaned hip to hip. Chopping sink. Domestic bliss. Fragile veneer. February thawed slow. Slush to sparkle. Jamie's follow-up cleared. Ribs knitting. Lip scar faint smile line. We ventured out. Cautious dates masked casual. Coffee at Gorilla Coffee. His hand brushing mine under table. Bookstore brows. Fingers lingering on spines. One evening, Prospect Park under snow-dusted branches, we walked unspoken paths. Ever think about family? Mine, yours? I asked, breath clouds mingling. All the time. He kicked pebble. Mom's trying. Calls weekly. Jamie's quilts now. Brother-in-law grills steaks. Asks about the art life. But Dad. Trail off. Old ache. Ghosted post letter. Like I erased him. I stopped, turning him face to face. You didn't erase. You evolved. Hands cupped cheeks. Thumbs jaw trace. And me? I'm here. Evolving with. Eyes glistened. Hazel deep. Love you, Alex. First utterance. Unprompted. Heart seized. Joy. Terror. Love you. Echoed back seal. But prejudice prowled. Grocery run. Cashier double takes Jamie's ID. Name mismatch flagged. Manager summoned suspicious. Policy, he mutters, eyeing tattoos. We left cart abandoned. Fuming silent walk home. Everyday bullshit. Jamie vented. Bags thumping counter. Dead names like daggers. I pulled him close, back to chest hug. Fuck policy. You're Jamie. Mine. Laughter bubbled. Tension snap. Dinner that night. His mom's recipe. Philly cheesesteaks. Was dripping. Phone rang mid-bite. Mom. Put speaker, he urged. Alex? And Jamie. Hi, dear. Warm, tentative. Chat flowed. Her garden plots, our snow woes. Send photos, she insisted. Click, history mending. Spring equinox brought bloom. My nonprofit hire. Community liaison. Voice for voiceless. First project. Pride panel on visibility. Jamie keynote tentative. Sketches projected. Vines weaving identities. Crowd wrapped. Q&A electric. How'd you know? A teen asked, voice small. Quiet told loudest, he said, glancing me. Applause thundered. Afterward, green room hug fierce. Nailed it. You. But elation crested wave to undertow. Trent texted, anonymous block, but vibe slimy. Congrats on the freak show. Watch your back. Block, delete, but chill lingered. Climax simmered. Gallery opening weekend. Bushwick warehouse pulsing art and bass. Jamie's corner. Canvases thorn-vined. Titles like underskin. Schmoozers swirled. Collectors nodding. Critics scribbling. I manned champagne. Pride swelling. Then shadow. Sarah. Uninvited. Dress sleek venom. James. Jamie. Steel. She sidled close. Wineglass tilt. Congrats. But really this? Gesture dismissive at art. Hiding still. He stiffened. I interjected smooth. Enjoying the show? Her eyes narrowed. Recognition flicker. The roommate. Suicidal sidekick. Bile rose, but Lena materialized. Arm link mine. Darling, scat. Venue's queer safe. Sarah sneered, retreated, but poison sown. Night peaked. Toast round. Jamie center. Voice steady. Story shared sliver. Thorns guard, but vines connect. Cheers, sales spike. Afterglow walk home, arm in arm, but Jamie quieted. She got to me. Valid. I squeezed. But your thorns no more. Blooming. Home. Unwind. Shower steam. Shared bed. Clothes on. Just hold. Whispers traded dreams. Road trip summer. Grand Canyon vistas. His book illustration gig landed. Sleep claimed gentle. May unfurled green fury. Pride month prep. My panel ballooning. Speakers influx. Logistics nightmare. Jamie's support anchor. Mock runs in kitchen. Timing jokes. One rehearsal. Postscript. He paused. Alex move in. Official. No screens. No halves. Heart leap. Thought we were. Grin wide. Yes sealed with kiss. Deepening, but chaste, emotion core. Twist lurked. Dad's email. Out blue. Coming to NYC. Talk. Dread coiled. Jamie urged go. Bridget. Coffee shop meet. Dad older. Lines etched deeper. Suit crisp. Son. Awkward hug. Talk stumbled. Weather. Work. Then, about the letter. I failed you. Air thinned. Yeah. Honest. He leaned. Eyes wet. Seeing you now strong. With him. Wish I'd been better. Forgive. Tentative. Work on it. Handshake firm. Promise seat. June exploded rainbow. Parade floats thumping bass. Marchers chant defiant. We walked handhold bold. Jamie banner strapped. Art heals. Chants swelled. No justice. No peace. Detour. Ally counter-protest. Slurs hurled. Beer bottle arcs. Shatter near. Cops swarm. Kettling chaos. We duck alley. Irony bite. But brother's face flashes. Not again. Clear. Shaken. We retreat. Park bench collapse. Breaths ragged. Hates loud. Jamie mutters. But we're louder. Vow. Summer solstice. Road trip launch. Prius packed quirky. Guitar. Sketchpad. My journals. Southwest sprawl. Diners neon. Deserts endless. Canyon rim. Sunset blaze. Here's to underskin. Toast with gas station wine. Nights tinted. Story starlit. His first binder chafes. Joy of name change stamp. My closet crushes. First kiss fumble. Love deepened. Layers peeled. Return September. Life layered richer. Gallery solo show buzzed national. My promo to director. Campaigns rippling. Family fused. Joint dinner. Mom's lasagna. His mom's pie. Dad toasting awkward but true. October chill whispered close. Anniversary eve. Surprise. Jamie blindfold lead to rooftop. String quartet. Lena's queens. Playing their song. Tune from first shared night. Dance slow. City below witness. Forever. He asks. Forehead press. Etched. I reply skin vow. But final twist. Letter arrives. Sarah. Apology ink. Regret weaponized pain. You're stronger. Burn it together. Ashes to wind. Winter wheels again, but now? Us, unbreakable. Vines entwined. Thorns sheathed. Quiet roommate no more. Partner. Savior. Love under skin. Changed everything. The rooftop quartet faded into the autumn hush. Violins lingering like echoes of vows unspoken. Jamie's hand stayed warm on my waist. The city a glittering audience below. But in that sway, it was just us. Two silhouettes carved from struggle, gilded by survival. 1 year, he murmured against my temple, breath a promise. Feels like always. Like tomorrow. I countered, turning in his arms to face the skyline, his chin nesting perfect in the crook of my neck. The wind tugged at our scarves, carrying faint cheers from a distant bar. But up here, atop our Bushwick walk-up, the world bent gentle. Lena's queens had scattered post-performance, confetti trails marking their exit, leaving champagne flutes and a cake she'd dubbed queer layer delight, rainbow tears, fondant thorns curling sweet. We'd come far from that rain-lashed night, the bottles roll across linoleum a lifetime ago. Now, toasts traded stories. My nonprofit's latest win, a youth hotline launch that routed calls through safe lines. His illustrations gracing a best-selling memoir on resilience, vines framing chapters like protective borders. Dad had even texted post-dinner. Cake looked good. Glad you're happy. Progress, pixelated but real. But as stars pricked the indigo, a shadow flickered. Unseen then, but harbinger. Work email pinged my phone. Innocuous glow. Urgent. Board review tomorrow. Partnership expansion. I dismissed, pocketing it for morning's light. Jamie noticed the dip. Trouble? Nah, just deadlines. Lie light. But his eyes narrowed. Hazel detectors of half-truths. He didn't press, instead pulling a small box from jacket. Velvet, unassuming. Heart stuttered. Not what you think, he grinned, anticipating. Inside, not ring but key, brass, etched hours. Sublet next door. Landlord's game. Bigger space, no screens forever. Tears pricked, joy sharp. Yes. God, yes. Key cold in palm, future tangible. We kissed then, slow burn. Emotions cresting wave after wave, no rush to crest. Home descended stairs tangled, boxes forgotten till dawn. Morning cracked crisp, coffee brewing as Jamie sketched floor plans. Combined kitchen dreams, studio nook for his art. I dressed hurried, board meeting loomed. Expansion meant corporate sponsors, strings attached. Dove execs circling again. Their inclusivity, pitch-laced fine print exclusions. No graphic, trans narratives, code for Jamie's edge. Conference room hummed tense. Board suits fidget, Carla guest. Freelance now, post-agency implosion. Alex, your vision's bold. Chairwoman praised, slides clicking youth stats. Then pivot, but partners flag risks. Recent. Publicity. Pubicity. Sarah's echo, brother's mugshot faded but sticky. Metrics show impact. I countered, voice steady. Hotline calls up 40%. Lives touched, not scandals. Nods reluctant, recess called. Hallway huddle. Carla cornered, blunt. They're spooked. Your partner's profile, great for us, threat for them. Us. Nonprofit pure, but funding's Faustian. Compromise. Gut it. Bitter laugh. No. Back in, I pitched fierce. Visibility saves. Hide. We fail them. Vote split. Pass narrow. Dove deal tweaked ethical. Victory hollow, adrenaline crash. Home. Jamie sensed storm. Apron dusted flour. Cookies baking therapy. Spill. Board. Sponsors want sanitized you. Words hung. Accusation unintended. His spoon paused mid-stir. Me? Always. Hurt flickered, quick quenched. Knew this. Art's mine, not muzzle. Guilt twisted. Won't let them. Hug fierce, flower dusted. But seed doubt sown. Love's cost, measured dollars. November whispered warnings. Election cycle revved ugly. Billboards slinging fear. Protect families. Dog whistle loud. Streets tensed. Our block, no bubble. Graffiti slashed Lena's door. Dyke go home. She laughed at paint over, but eyes shadowed. Jamie's show toured. Philly stop, homecoming fraught. We drove, Prius humming I-95, diner pit stops trading playlists. Venue intimate. Gallery mom and pop, his vines wall wrapping. Opening night buzzed kin. His mom beaming front row, quilt-wrapped hugs. Stepdad clapping shoulder solid. Proud kid. Word magic. But post-talk, Q&A snake. Reporter, badge shiny. James, sorry Jamie, transition regrets? Art therapy or cry? Air iced. Jamie fielded cool, growth. No regrets. But drive back, silence heavy. Stirred old shit, he admitted, hand mine squeezing. Philly ghosts. Drive through, I offered. He nodded, detour to old haunts. Campus quad where Sarah first kissed, now leaf-carpeted neutral. Group house scarred memory, sold to strangers. Closure cathartic, thorns dulled. December dashed festive frenzy. Hotline holiday drive. Toys for queer youth. Jamie illustrated cards. Vines gifting hope. Our new place unpacked chaos. Bookshelves merged. His guitar on stand beside my journals. First tree. String lights tangled laugh. Ornaments mix. His childhood wooden soldier. My rainbow bauble from mom. Christmas Eve. Joint family. Mom flew. His folks Amtrak ed. Table-grown turkey. Pierogies. Tension simmer. Dad arrived last. Bottle Merlot peace offering. Toasts awkward. To new chapters. Jamie's mom bridged. Stories flowing. His toddler mischief. My agency tales sanitized. Dad pulled me aside post-dinner. He's good for you. Steady. Affirmation earthquake. Foundations shift. But midnight mass. Optional. But mom's pull. We attended neutral. Cathedral steps throng. Candles flicker. Inside, hymns swelled, but side-eye pricked. Ushers linger on our laced hands. Post-service, parking lot wait. Group heckles, sinners in church. Bottles clink threat. Dad stepped front, voice boom. Back off, boys. Family business. Shield unexpected. We piled car, escape pulse racing. Home. Unwind. Cocoa spiked. Tree glow. Hero night. I teased Dad, half serious. Learning curve, he grunted, but smiled genuine. Jamie caught my eye, gratitude silent, profound. New Year tiptoed tentative. Party small, Lena's queen's reigning. Countdown confetti, kiss deep, love affirmed amid cheers. Resolutions whispered. His, bold strokes. Mine, voice unmuted. January iced resolve. Sponsor deal soured. Dove pulled, citing market shifts. Board panic, but I rallied. Grassroots pivot, crowdfund launch. Jamie's art auctioned. Vines fetching thousands, headlines kind. Couples canvas for change. Momentum built, but personal fracture. His mom called, voice waver. Brothers struggling. Rehab? Blames. Everything. Blames. Brothers alley rage, Sarah's echo. Jamie flew solo. Support, not savior. Return drained. He's trying. But hates deep root. We talk dawn, my arms circle, holding space, not fixing. February bloomed fragile. Valentine's quiet. Picnic park, snow-dusted benches, sandwiches heart-cut. Under skin, card read, his script vine traced. Love letter back. Your quiet saved, your truth freed. But March marched menace. Anonymous mails, photos us, slashed red. Stalker? Cops shrugged. Hate crime backlog. Lena installed cams, but paranoia crept. Locks double, walks paired. Climax coiled. Panel big. TEDx queer resilience. Jamie co-present. Slides synced stories. Venue packed. Lights hot. Midway, mic feedback shrieks. Then voice distorted. Broadcast. Lies. Freaks preaching normalcy. Recording Sarah's. Brothers rant spliced. Chaos. Gasps. Shouts. Security swarm. We held. Jamie grabbed mic. Hate speaks loud. We speak truth. Applause ragged, but standing ovation crested. Backstage collapse. Tears, hugs. Survived, he gasped. Investigation swift. Brother traced, arrested harassment. Sarah testified reluctant. Wanted out. Not this. Charges stuck, restraining order iron. April showered renewal. New sponsors indie. Brands bold, aligned. Our place rooted. Garden box balcony. Herbs thriving. Family fused firmer. Dad's visit. Grilling Jamie on art techniques. Bond broached. May mirrored growth. Pride prep peak. Float design his. Vines rainbow woven. March handhold defiant. Chance hours. June jubilant. Parade triumph. No kettles. Post-party. Rooftop reminisce. From pills to this. Us, he affirms. Summer sizzles steady. Beach weekends coney. Waves washing doubts. His book deal inked. Memoir illustrated. Vines and veins. Fall foliage fire. Anniversary hike Catskills. Leaves crunch vows. Forever etched. Winter warms hearth. Holidays hybrid. Traditions blend. No shadows now. Light pervasive. One eve. Sketchpad open. Our portrait intertwined. Changed everything, he says. Best plot twist, I reply. Love's narrative, ongoing, dramatic, deep, ours. The Catskills trail wound like Jamie's vines, twisting uphill through maple blaze and pine hush, our breaths sinking to the crunch of fallen leaves under boot. Anniversary hike. Year 2, marked not by dates, but depth, the kind that settles bone deep after storms weathered. His pack jostled light with water bottles and trail mix. Mine heavier with the sketchpad I'd snuck in, half joking about commemorative doodles. Sweat beaded his temple, dark hair curling damp, and when he glanced back, grin wolfish. Race you to the overlook? I lunged, laughter trailing like exhaust. We collapsed at the ledge wind-whipped, legs dangling over valley drop, Hudson distant silver thread. 2 years, I said, uncapping water, passing it hand to hand. From roommate roulette to this. He leaned shoulder to shoulder, solid. Roulette? More like loaded dice, fate rigged for us. Picnic spread modest. Cheese, apples, That sourdough from the Bushwick Bakery with the queer bakers who slipped free pastries for power couples. Sketchpad emerged then, his fingers flying charcoal quick, capturing the vista, but shading us in margins, silhouettes entwined, thorns softened to blooms. Talk meandered easy, nonprofits fall gala planning, his memoir draft hitting stride, chapters raw, therapy scarred. Agent says it's visceral, he quoted air fingers. Means ouch, but sellable ouch. Laughter bubbled, but undercurrent tugged. Dad's latest. Email chain about Thanksgiving, bring Jamie. Football and pie. Integration inching, no fanfare. Descent dusk draped, fireflies winking prelude. Drive back hummed indie folk, his freehand thigh resting, casual intimate. Home, shower shared steam. Clothes shed slow, touches map familiar, emotions tide not tempest. Bed claimed, bodies curl spoon, whispers lullaby, dreams traded, futures sketched verbal. October's chill nipped creative fires, my gala pitch to board, theme unveiled layers, sponsors wooed with Jamie's teaser art. Success stacked, indie brands pledged, gala venue locked, loft space with skyline views. But shadow sibling. Jamie's brother released probation, letter terse, clean. Working garage. Mom says hi. Forgiveness? Fisher mending slow. Halloween spiced mischief. Lena's bash. Themes queer icons. Me Judy Garland ruby slippered. Jamie Bowie glam rock. Eyes mismatched electric. Dance floor throbbed. Queens reigning. But midway. Text ping. Unknown. Enjoy the costume. Real life snow dress up. Screenshot to cops. File thickens, but no leads. November's gray blanketed resolve. Dad arrived pre-turkey. Suit traded flannel for hike. Our Catskills echo. Airport pickup awkward thaw. Good to see you, son. And nod to Jamie, the artist. Drive chattered weather. Work. Dinner his mom's. Pyrrhus steaming. Dad's pie contribution lopsided lattice. Table talk tentative. Politics skirted. Stories center. Jamie's Philly youth. My agency escape. Dad's toast. To family, blood, and chosen. Glass clink seal. Tentative bridge. But nightcap. Dad pulled Jamie aside porch. Words muffled, but posture open. Later, Jamie confided. Asked about transition. Respects boundaries. Vulnerability mirrored. Dad's own divorce scars, softened share. Thanksgiving feast fused. Mom's turkey, his folks' kielbasa, chaos joyful. Post-meal walk block, arms linked trio. Dad, me, Jamie, leaves swirling confetti. He's a keeper. Dad grunted, approval gravel. December dash delight. Gala eve crunch. My suit pressed. Jamie tuxedo sharp. Vines embroidered lapel subtle. Venue pulsed. Lights low. Art projections dancing walls. Keynote mine. Layers peel painful, but reveal strength. Applause warm, but spotlight swelter. Anonymous donor pledge, 6 figures, but clause whisper, no controversy. Controversy. Us. Mingled after, champagne fizz masking unease. Lena whirled in, gala gown swirl. Darlings, slaying. But corner hush, sponsor suit cornered, voice silk snake. Love the cause. But your partners. Visibility. Clients conservative. Jamie overheard, jaw tick, thorns prickle. Pull aside private. Ignore, I urged, hand squeeze. Our night. His nod strained. Auction peaked. His piece centerpiece, entwined, dual portraits vine-bound. Bidding war, sold record. Cheers crested, but post-glow drive, silence simmered. They're always there. He vented, will grip white. The clauses, the stares. Building tolerance, I offered, thigh pat. Like dad. Half-smile ghost. Home, unwind wine, fight or fold. Fight. Vow renewed, bed embrace fierce, love's armor. January iced introspection. Memoir edits brutal. Jamie's nights desk-bound. Red pen slashes. Support brewed tea. Shoulders rub. Quiet partner. My hotline metrics soared, but staff burnout loomed. Counselor quit, citing emotional toll. Hires hunted, but echo chamber. Qualified ghosts. Valentine's countered cozy. No gala flash. Just us. Candlelit dinner balcony. City hum backdrop. Menu hiss. Scallop sear. Chocolate pot de creme heart dollop. Gifts exchanged whisper. My locket, his childhood photo tucked, his journal leather-bound, vines emboss. Write our story, inscription read. March momentum, Pride subcommittee formed, float concepts sketched communal. But male menace escalated. Package innocuous, book on gender confusion, pages dog-eared slurs. Cops canvas, leads nil. Paranoia practical, pepper spray keyed, walks varied. April showered suspicion, brother visit tentative, mom orchestrated, neutral diner. Jamie prepped stoic, but returned drained, apologized. Rehab clarity, but trust? Thorns linger. Hug hold, process shared. May mirrored mending. Gala follow-up funds flow, youth grants greenlit. Jamie's book tour teased, Philly kickoff. Pack light, but anxiety hitch, old grounds, new growth. June jubilant jam. Pride float assembly warehouse, paint-splattered chaos. Our section, Vine archway, LED glow, symbol woven. Parade day dawn crack, route map, adrenaline hum. March pulse, chants defiant, crowds roar. Brother's shadow absent. Instead, dad marched cameo, sign ally dad, grin sheepish under rainbow. Post-parade park sprawl, beers chilled, stories swap. Lena crowned float queen, coronet foil. To thorns bloomed, toast rounds. July's heat haze healed. Beach escapes Fire Island, dunes whisper private. Memoir launch party low-key, friends fire pit, readings raw. Sales sparked, reviews rave, vulnerable triumph. August ambled adventure. Road trip sequel, Southwest Redux, but Zion Canyons carve new. Hikes dawn, swims slot, night stargaze. Constellations connect dots like us. September's shift subtle. Book tour whirlwind. Jamie plains hopping coasts. Calls nightly. Miss your laugh. Home anchor, but void echoes. Journals fill gaps. October's ochre offered omen. Anonymous cease. Letters halt. Perhaps jail time brothers. Relief ragged, but vigilance vestige. November's nook nurtured. Thanksgiving redux. Dad's pie perfected lattice. Talk turned legacy. Kids? Dad probe gentle. Jamie's glance mine. Future fuzzy, but open. December dance delight. Holiday market strolls. Mittens match. Gala year 2. Roots exposed. His keynote now. Voice steady. Vine's projected pulse. Sponsor clause? Ignored. Funds freer. New year nestled new. Countdown couch. Just us. Ball drop TV. Kiss crest. 3. He murmurs. Deeper. Spring spirals. Panels paired. Causes conjoined. Twists tamed, but growth endless. Love's vine, ever climbing. Summer simmers sweet. Garden harvest. Herbs harvest joy. Book bestseller bump. Tour tales trove. Fall frames forever. Hike annual. Overlook oath. Changed all, he says. Still changing, I affirm. Narrative hours. Dramatic denouement deferred. Plot perpetual. The overlook's edge bit crisp into our palms that third anniversary. Zion's monoliths silent sentinels to vows etched annual. 3 years now. A triad of survival, surrender, and something sacred blooming from the brambles. Jamie's sketchpad lay open between us. Pages flipped to a new spread. Canyons carved bold, but foreground us. Older, lines laughter etched. Hands laced loose over the void. 3. He echoed. Voice gravel from trail dust, passing the water bottle with a tilt that said cheers to us. From ghost to ground, feels mythic. Our myth, I replied, leaning into his side, the sun dipping lazy behind red rock, painting his profile gold. Packed down, we lingered till twilight bruised purple, fireflies, impossible here, but illusion flickered, winking like conspirators. Drive back hummed quiet. Windows cracked to canyon echo. His free hand drumming thigh mine a rhythm only we knew. Stops sparse. Navajo taco stand. Fry bread crisp with honey drip. Motel neon blink. Bed sagging but sheets sanctuary. Homeward hall blurred states. Podcast trading tales. His latest reading in L.A. Starstruck fan with transition questions answered email thread long. My nonprofit's national nod. Hotline model franchise coasts. But undercurrent. Dad's health scare whisper. Routine check flagged. Biopsy pending. Tell me when. Jamie urged mile marker. Thumb console trace. November nodded neutral, biopsy benign, dad's relief email false alarm. Turkey still on? Laughter lines his words, bridge bolstered. Gala 4 loomed larger. Theme interwoven, sponsors surged, corporate caution ceded to cause cred. Jamie co-keynote, slides synced seamless, my stats, his strokes, Vine's veining data points. But pre-gala glitch, staffer outed unwilling. Internal leak, trust fractured. Crisis huddle. Transparency training. I mandated, but wound wept wider. Resignations ripple. Jamie anchored after hours. Breathe. Your builder, not breaker. Pizza box pivot. Toppings joy. Pineapple debate dissolved laughs. Gala glowed golden. Loft lights low. Projections pulse. Vine's virtual weave. Toasts tipped. To threads tinsel. Auction apex. Collaborative piece. Our joint. Canvas co-created. Bidding blaze. Proceeds youth homes fund. Post-peak mingle. Sponsor sidle soft. Your partnership inspires. No clauses, just clasp. December dusted dream. Market meanders. Mittens mesh. Holiday hybrid hummed. Mom's flight. His folks train. Dad's drive. Feast fusion. Flavors fold. Pyragus plate dad's pie. Kielbasa beside cranberry. Chaos choral. Carol's croon. Gift exchange glow. Jamie's locket ad. His ring finger photo. Future hint. My guitar pick set. Custom carve our chord. New Year's nestled nook. Lena's low-key lounge. Queen's quartet. Countdown caress. Confetti catch. Kiss kindles. Embers eternal. January's journal journey. Memoir paperback push. Jamie promo pod. Vulnerability viral. My expansion exec. Team trust rebuild. Counselor cohort. Circles close. February's flame flickered. Valentine's voyage. Finger Lakes cabin. Snow shroud. Fireplace flicker. Fondue fork. Story steam. Sauna's sweat confessions old. His binder burns early. Joy jolt first tee shot. My mirror mocks post pills. Now gaze grace. March's muster mounted. Pride prelims. Float fusion. Vine's Ellie Delit. Interactive install. Brother bridge. Dinner duo. Diner dim. Apologies air. Amends awkward but earnest. Sober 6. He shares, eyes clear. Jamie nods. Wall thin but thinning. April's aria arced. Tortees. Book 2 brainstorm. Fiction frame. Queer quests. Anonymous archive. Letters lapse. Life lean lighter. May's mosaic melded. Panel pair. TEDx tandem. Resilience remix. Crowd's crest. Sponsor synergy. Dove return. Terms Tinder. No muzzle. June's jubilee jammed. Parade pinnacle. Float front. Chance chorus. Dad dance cameo. Sign proud pop post pomp picnic. Patel's pakoras. Lena's limericks. July's jaunt joyed. Fire Island fortnight. Dunes duet. Waves whisper. Walks wind woven. Memoir movie murmur. Studio scout. Script sketch. August's aura amplified. Road rerun. Rockies rise. Aspen gold. Altitude awe. Campsite confessions. Kids canvas. He probes. Stars span. Someday sketch. I muse. Maybe mutual. September's symphony swelled. Tour triumph. Coast connect. Fans flock. Feedback fuel. Home harbor. Harvest herbs. Balcony bounty. Basil bliss. October's octave opened. Health horizon. Dad's check clear. Hike duo Catskills call. Leaves layer. Legacies linger. Grandkids? He hints. Grin sly. November's nexus nodded. Thanksgiving tapestry. Table 12. Families fold. Football fade to feels. Toast tender. To roots run deep. December's delight danced. Gala grandeur. Symbiosis. Keynote conjoined. Vine's voice visuals. Auction allure. Symbiotic sold stellar. Sanctuary shelter. New Year's nexus. Rooftop reprise. Quartet queens. Countdown caress. 4 he breathes. Spring's spiral spun. Panels proliferate. Causes cascade. Twists tempered. Triumphs tall. Summer's sonnet sang. Garden gala. Green's grace. Book blockbuster. Buzz boundless. Fall's finale framed. Hike holy. Overlook oath. Evolving ever. Endless us. Affirm. Plot persists. Passion perpetual. Prose profound. For years framed the overlook like a canvas finally cured. Zion's ziggurats timeless testament to time's patient chisel. Our boots scuffed now from annual ascents. Ritual rooted, rings unspoken, but worn in whispers and wonders. Jamie's pack slumped beside mine. Sketchpads splayed summit style. Charcoals capturing cliffs, but caressing our contours and corners. Profiles profiled, hands habitual hold. A quiet quartet of us through seasons. 4, he intoned, voice valley deep. Flask passed with a wink that weathered worries. From fracture to firmament. Epic, eh? Epic etched. I echoed, shoulder slotting seamless to his. Sun surrenders searing shadows long. Twilight teased turquoise, coyotes chorus faint, wild welcome. Descent dappled dark, trail torches twin, talk tapestry. Nonprofit Nexus National, franchises flourish. His fiction fledgling, queer odyssey outlined, agent aglow. November's narrative nodded. Dad's annual, Amtrak Advent. Hike hybrid, Catskills crest. Leaves legacy, lunch locks, for years solid. He salutes, salute. Gala, glow global. Confluence, keynotes conjoined, currents converge. December's dream deepened. Holidays hearth home, kin knit close. Mom's mulled, his mom's mead, feast fable, fables fold. Gifts glyph, Jamie's journal jewel. Entries hour, etched in dear, my manuscript mock. Fiction first, forward his. New Year's Nestle, city sparkle, couch sanctum, ball blur, bliss bind. January's jaunt journal, book beta buzz, beta bold, twists tease, tension taut. Staff synergy soar, hotline harmony. February's fervor flamed, cabin cadence, lake lilt, fireside forge, futures fathom. Family forge? Foster flicker, maybe mutual muse. March's momentum marshaled, pride prototype, parade promise, vines vast, voices vault. April's anthem arced, brother bond bolster, barbecue bridge, beers bond. For sober, toast true. May's medley merged, TED tandem triumph, tides turn, sponsor salute, no snags. June's glee gushed, float fanfare, dad drum major mimic, delight double. July's jubilation jaunted, island idol, dunes duet divine. August's ascent amplified, Rocky's reverie, revelations ripple, kids kindle, canvas call. September's surge symphonied, fiction flourish, fans fervent, odyssey out, acclaim arc. October's oasis offered, health hymn, dad's decade dash, all clear cheer. November's nexus nurtured, feast 14, folds familial, legacy loom, love lattice. December's dazzle danced, gala galaxy, fusion finale, fun's fountain. New Year's nexus nestled, 5, horizon hint. Spring's symphony soared, causes cascade, conjoined conquest. Summer's saga sang, harvest him, home hearth. Fall's flourish finished, overlook oracle, infinite. Irrevocable us, seal. Story sustains, soul stirring, saga supreme. Epilogue eased eternal, years yarn, vines vast, love's legend, lived luminous.